Good morning, good morning. Let me check the mic. Let me check the mic. Mic seems okay. Mic seems all right. All right, good morning, everybody, and good morning, fine. Let's get your questions answered first. About 1 hour. All right. So as far as this area being considered demand right here, I would say that yeah, it was indeed demand. It wasn't very strong demand. I don't think you reference here that this cannot be considered demand because there's no external break created. Um, it if it would have initiated up out of here, maybe broke that guy without ever coming back or something like that, and then left it behind, it would be unmitigated demand at that point. I would say that this was nonetheless demand, but it was mitigated when this hit it. I would say that mitigated the demand, and I would not look to that demand for support anymore. What else we got on here? Um, and so, yes, to this question here, everything here is mitigated. So when the low breaks, we can expect the weekend low to be visited. I would agree with that assessment, because not only would you be not only is kind of all this stuff mitigated, well, I do have a little bit of, I have this time, no, I think we hit that. No, never mind. Yeah, because everything is mitigated. I mean, I suppose you could look to something like this to hold you up because that is your structure from the low. And we saw that same sort of line held on Seoul last week. So like maybe, but I would say quite likely going to the weekend low. And then if you're going to come down to the weekend low here, why not just pull this low while we're at it? I mean, they're right next to each other. So and that would, if I'm not mistaken, that would complete the actual range rotation. Oh no, just yeah. I mean, you have these other lows that are kind of down in that area. Yeah, it almost starts to feel like we would just make the full range rotation after that point. Now, this low could hold. There's some other stuff that could happen. Let me see what other. Oh, I think that might have been all the questions. I think that might have been all the questions. Let me get my chat open back up. Come on. Come on, computer. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. There we go. There we go. Do I have multiple windows open? What's happening? Morning, Bully Berry. Morning, Max Wild. Fine. Forget about it and A wrong. Um, okay, so that was just kind of going through and answering those. I won't have a ton of time to spend on the stream with everybody this morning. We'll go take a local look at BTC. Did I? Uh, hold, hold a second. No, I never. Shame on me. I never ended up posting this chart. Oh well. I guess I'm not perfect. I need to clean this stuff up. Anyhow, can we? Yeah, let's just. I need to start deleting stuff. Let's just do that. I don't know how I feel about that. Um, I mean, just looking at this, I kind of feel like kind of feel like price needs to come up from here. Uh, I mean, so more or less, let me get this out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. Let's maybe hop up in time frame here a little bit, and let's just say that, I mean, at least as far as this leg of price is concerned, let's just look at this leg of price from the high that we set last Monday, Monday's high, to the low here, right? Well, it's returning 4 hour structured bullish. And I would say that's pretty significant. And I still feel as though, can I get this back on? Oh, I don't know if that'll help actually. This is last Monday's high right here. And I'm going to call that we'll just call that previous week's low, or week before, whatever. I still think it makes a little bit more sense to come here and then actually to come all the way down there. So I do, okay, so let's see, let's go break down this leg here and see what we can find. I'm not, I will say one thing, I'm not in love. I, I don't have any reason to really force a trade here, and maybe I have another chart that can kind of explain that. We are so internal and have so much liquidity in both directions, that and then you got kind of this weird sort of crawl over a Monday, um, and then, or over the weekend. I'm sorry, over the weekend. And then if you look at weekend's liquidity, I think it's all been kind of addressed, right? So there's a Friday low here that's been purged. That's like all the highs you put in over the weekend were up in this region. They've all been purged. So the weekend liquidity's been taken care of. In doing so, we did break 4 hour structure. So I mean, I'm still leaning up, but now I don't know. We just have so many ranges inside of so many ranges, and like so much just accessible liquidity to either direction that I don't know how I just don't I think I think everything's gonna be much more clear by tomorrow. That's all I'm trying to say. I just think it'll be more clear by tomorrow. Um, so looking at the leg of price from here, yeah, from here to here, um, you're going to lose some. You could lose some pretty important structure off of that low right there. Yep. I would say that high isn't coming out of necessarily anything that like super makes sense. Maybe like a little bit, but nothing that I'm like super in love. But anyways, you would break the structure there. Um, in which case, I would say it would be pretty clear that we would clean some of this up. But I think now I don't like the face of this because it's all higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I don't like that at all. This whole zone right here would be much better if something had came down and taken out the prior liquidity prior to move up. But you nonetheless have an inefficiency that was created out of this zone. So I really don't love it. I don't love it. If that wasn't totally obvious, I don't love the zone, but I do think it is worth monitoring because, and the reason why is this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm saying, okay, so if this is the 4 hour break of structure here, and this is the initiation, if we mitigate for continuing, what is the most logical place to mitigate and continue? Um, yeah, this is it. Because of the curvature here, fair value gap. Um, if you break this low, you're coming down for those anyway. So I have to feel as though this is the This is the area in which, if this 4 hour structure flip is to maintain, that it would come up out of an area like that. Now, something has to break before we can get down there. So, and that currently is this guy. So if that never breaks, well, then this probably is your mitigation prior to your continuing, right? So this probably is your range, initiation, mitigation, continue, if this low holds. If it does not hold, then I think we could come down as far as here. I think I had a price label on it, but took it off. Yeah, down in that area. Mhm. But yeah, it's just God, it's just it has so much internal structure going on. I just don't know if I'm in love with trying to hunt a Monday morning trade. And let's see, we got more people in the chat now. Andrew Cameron and Anthony Soprano and Reaper, LJ, Alex O'Crypto, the legend, um, Prime Minister of Canada. Canada would be cool. I mean, I think Canada's got some governmental issues, and I'd say most people would agree with that. But you know, I live in the U.S. Not like we're saints down here. Um, yeah, I don't like this area. I just don't love this. I really don't. I really don't. I'll tell you what would make me like it, though. I'll tell you what would make me like it. Like right now, if I have to force a trade, it's a long trade because of the failure to close on this low. I will not be forcing that trade. Um, but if I had to, that's just what I have to do structurally here. But what I would much rather see is I'd much rather see something clear develop and come back down in here and start flipping a zone like that. Um, then I would get very excited. Well, I mean, that would excite me much more, right? That would excite me much more to start targeting highs like this, and then eventually possibly yeah, like targets like this and this. Um, but until then, I'm out. I just don't see anything I love right in front of me. I just don't see anything I love right in front of me. And so we're kind of starting to develop a little bit of 10-minute structure here. I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to say that we lose this low. So you're going to have you will have about 10-minute structure at that point. Now, I want to see price down here. I don't want to see it reverse inside of a fair value gap or something odd like that. Um, I don't necessarily want to see it do that, but here's what I will say, just as a reiteration, because I haven't done this in a while. Supply and demand is great. It's cute. But market structure is the primary signal that I pay attention to. So even if I were to get a significant 10-minute structure break in the middle of God-forsaking nowhere, I'm still going to follow the structure before I follow anything else. And so what am I saying? I'm saying anything back inside of this area of price that is flowing in this manner and reverses, to me, is a long back to that high. I think that's the most concise way that I could say that. Um, so I'm gonna have a couple of bites of my burrito and see if you guys come up with anything else you want to talk about. And yeah. I want to take a closer look at ETH because I really feel like it looks like crap here. Yeah, I just didn't love this break here And then just kind of back test in, and then we come back down. That's odd. Let me clean some of this crap up there. I don't think anything's happened on this that would make me enter yet. Yeah, because so far you just have this little sort of range down in here. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I would say this. Let's put a price label on this. Yeah, I would say about a 30-minute candle close under 26.29, and I would say that it's probably time to start looking for a short entry, especially if let me set my burrito down. Um, especially and let's back some of the supply off. I don't want to look at it anymore. If you set a high, sorry, if you set a low, give me the trend line, please, and you set a high, and then you sweep the high, and then you go down and sweep the low. If the structure coming up from here fails and breaks 30-minute bearishly before coming back and tackling that high, um, then yeah, then I would say supply's in control. And yeah, and we're looking at targets down into these areas. This area as first targets, and then start cleaning up some of this other stuff. Which I think that would be a fairly significant move. Yeah. Yeah, full target on that's like 20% away. Nothing's kind of confirmed yet. I would approach it more. Well, I'm such a mess. I would approach it locally. I would just be approaching it like this. As like a target 2, and I would say this would be like my target 1. I'd look for here and here, and then what happens here if you smash through that, um, then you might very well have a swing trade. Put a line on this for anybody curious. Nothing I'm interested in. I fucking hate ETH. And that's the only reason I'm on this chart is because I want to see it die. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of people I like that own ETH, and so I shouldn't hate it so much. Hell, I even own a little bit. Um, long on Sol, mixed signals. Go take a peep at Sol. What's your entry on Sol? If you're in from Sol, maybe down in these regions here, from somewhere in this area, I would say not completely hateful. Um, my worry for you is that the directly immediate range. And I'm just looking out for you. You do your own thing. You make your own trading plan based on your own decisions. You do not have to listen to a single damn word I'm saying right now. But I would be worried, just the same way as I am on BTC. It's no different. If you start closing, I'm going to guess a 30-minute candle below this low. Let's get a price label on it. I would be pretty nervous. I'd be pretty nervous. And it's coming to the low. I mean, like obviously it's interacting with it. It's just I'm looking at how it wanted to go up slowly but down fast on both of those. I'm just looking at that locally, going, I don't know if that whole low is going to hold. I don't know if that low is going to hold. Is that high getting put in anywhere significant? Yeah, kind of about the same situation as it did on BTC. Like it took out some liquidity. Um, Same thing that happened on BTC. It took out some liquidity, but it didn't. Nothing super impressive, if you ask me. Bum, bum. Yeah, yeah. Loss of that low and with a 30-minute candle body close would make me pretty nervous for you. None of this supply is confirmed. I'm just going to illustrate that if we did lose the structure from, because essentially your structure from the low runs like this. Comes to here, it comes to your highest time frame structure, flows this way. So if you were to lose that, then I think with a 30-minute candle body close, then I think a remitigation into zones like this start to make a lot more sense. You get like a 30-minute candle body close down here. Yeah, like that stuff starts to make a lot more sense to me. I think it could end up flowing something like that. So I'd be careful about it. I don't know what your entry is. I don't know if you ever gave that to me, but that's what Andrew Cameron. I'd just be careful about that. Be careful about that. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Ugh, so Hype did end up losing its 4-hour structure here. I'm just going through some of these other charts. Or were we picking on this low? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I'd count either one. And it back tested and it drove down. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, so let's clean some of this stuff up. Because I'm seeing this pretty similar thing here. Boom. Boom. Yeah. 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 Maybe we go up to the 10. As you fall from grace here and sort of back test up into this and keep moving down, the structure here is kind of flowing like this. And so I'm just looking locally at this. And I'm happy to say it's pretty much like any other chart right now. That if you start smoking this low with probably a 30-minute candle body close, then that may not, yeah, that might not work out so well, right? Might not work out so well. Come back down, take care of that. More burger. I don't have too much more time to hang out with you guys. Um, sorry, but I don't. Trying to learn where liquidity is while the market is in Chop City has been a pain. Um, yeah, it can be a pain. It can be a pain. And so BTC starts to put in its 30-minute candle body closes below that line. So yeah, and I don't know. Anyways, I think what did we do? We planned short out of here. Did I have that more clearly indicated somewhere else? I can't remember. Planned a short out of here. And you know, with like a target one and this be target one. That area. Did that work? And I'd say that'd be target two. We give it 4 targets. We'll give that one 4 targets. Okay, so that's one idea from Dave. What is this? Go away. Oh, I could go away. Something along these lines. Let me get in here a little closer. Yeah. And then we theorized that we could, due to the 4-hour breaking structure that happened just prior to this, that we could anticipate something up out of there. I think I'm done with attempting to long any lows in this price action, because they, I mean, like this was okay. That was okay. Um, this was okay. That was that long I took, what, Friday or something like that. But yeah, I don't think I want to long this low down here. No, I don't. I don't think I want to long this low. We'll see what happens by the time we get there, but yeah, I would say for me, do I want to long that low? Nah. You know what I want to do? I want to set an alert at the low, which I already have. That's what I want to do. And I'll worry about the rest of that shit when we get there. I mean, it would be a significant shift of structure coming out of this area it would be enticing. So I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on it. Yeah, I gotta hit the road, guys. So I'm gonna take a couple more bites. Boom. I'll see if you guys say anything. Where'd my hot sauce go? I'm about to try and eat this without hot sauce. What's happening? Cholula. 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 BNX. Sure. I'll take a quick peek at BNX and then we're out of here. Hey, well, this chart looks different than other charts. That's always good. Interesting. So obviously we have a significant high and we have a significant low. We can see our range at play throughout this area. We are starting to break some of the highest time frame structure from here to here. Oh, sorry. Which is that high right there is almost a 3-day high. It's a 3-day high, right? So that's pretty significant. Let's drop down the daily. One thing I will say is you didn't leave any support behind. Left absolutely no support behind. I mean, this all makes sense after a run on this. But I think what this needs to do, we probably need to drop to like the 15. Yeah, this is going to need to range here. All right, so locally, let's get this line out of the way. I don't want to look at that. Okay, so that was that, and then what happened is we hit the high, right? We hit the high, but we didn't lose the structure that came up from the bottom. We didn't even lose the internal structure of it. The demand held, and it goes up again. Breaks here. I think I would watch for a short at the high. Let's just move this up because this is kind of the new range here. And especially if you lost this, let's put a price label on it. Let's see if you lost that, then I would want to short down to here. And I would want to mitigate this. No, we didn't. Perfect. That would be my long zone. I would want to, yeah, I would want to, I'd want to look for a short on that high down to here. I'd want to look for a short on a loss of this and like a back test into it down to here, and then I would want to be looking for longs out of this area here or this area here. For the most part, yeah, that's how I would that's how I'd look at that one. Hey, thanks for recommending that chart. It was way different than anything else we looked at today. Oh, because ETH is yuck. Because it is yuck. It is terrible, isn't it? Did it do anything locally interesting? No. Not yet. Not yet. Man, we're going to lose 30-minute structure before taking this guy out, huh? Anyways, Brew, at what high BTC? Oh, it was a super internal break, Reaper. It's a super internal break. It's just right here. This is let's go to the 4-hour chart. This. I mean, I guess it's not super internal. I mean, it's like applicable to this most darkest purple range. We're gonna move this line now. So yeah, 4 hour structure off of the lows is bullish. So we are losing a little bit of 30-minute structure here. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I can only make so many plans. All right, I gotta hustle my ass through this burrito and get on to the rest of my days. Rest of my day. You guys have a good one. We are kind of getting this. We are really starting to what triangle out here, right? Yeah, I posted a chart over the weekend. I'll say this one more time. Whenever I see these kind of triangular things forming, I just prefer to see both people get wrecked. I just prefer to see both people get wrecked. Or both sides get wrecked, sorry. That's just what I always prefer in that situation. I think yeah, and I also think that that is the most bullish way the chart could print would be to do that. I think that's the most bullish way. So I guess that means I want to. I'm very interested to see if we can catch along. I guess is what that means. Is that our back test? Yeah, probably. Probably. All right, yeah, I'm out. But you're very welcome for the stream. Hopefully, I helped. And stay safe. I don't know. I'm running out of words. I guess I just hope that you guys have a good day and nothing bad happens to you and you don't lose any money and you stay safe and you stay calm and that you have a decent Monday. Along the low again. Oh, let's put myself a breadcrumb on here. All right. Adios, amigos. You have a wonderful one. Thanks for coming and joining me. Oh, let's hit the button. Let's hit the button. Where's the button at? Where did I put that button? There we go. You guys have a phenomenal week. Focus up. Be prepared. And most importantly, don't lose your shit. All right.